Hey everybody, this is Yop coming to you again with another completed restoration. Today we're going to be talking about Gottlieb's Royal Flush. It's a 4-player game made back in 1976. This is our 24th restoration. I believe we are up to 46 machines and we've got about 34 or 35 of them ready. We can't fit that many into the pub once we get open, so that will also leave us room to rotate the lineup a little bit. And of course, we're going to continue to collect machines, especially old machines, 70s, 80s, 90s, as we find them, and we'll restore them, bring them back to their former glory, and add them to the pub for everybody to be able to play. We're going to go over some of the features of this machine. This particular machine is one of the machines that hooked me on pinball early on. This was at a bowling alley where I bowled on Saturday mornings in a Bantam League. I was 12 years old when this machine came out, and as you can see, this beautiful long row of drop targets here. I played it a few times. I was immediately hooked with it. Hooked on it, and I mean, never thought I would actually own one, especially as a kid, but was lucky enough to find one down in Alabama. Went down, picked it up. It was in terrible shape, so we went through it, top to bottom, and replaced all the inserts, and pretty much everything on the top side has been replaced, especially all the plastic pieces. So we're going to go over kind of how this machine scores, the best way to win when you're going to compete on this machine, and some of the other things that we did for the restoration. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll start up a game, and I'll show you kind of how it scores, and we'll go from there. Okay, we got the glass off. We're going to go over the different ways to score on this machine, and let's start up a game. And we will start with the obvious, which is this large bank of targets. Each target is worth 1,000 points. There's a couple of things on the board that are worth 1,000 points to start with, and that would be your drops and also the saucer that's over here on the right. If we knock down, that's a single, you hear it, 1,000 points. Most other switches on the table, or I shouldn't say table, never call it a table, it's a machine, are worth 500 points. So roll over, in lane, roll over, out lane, all 500. Joker, also worth 500. The pop bumper at the top's worth 100 a pop. That never changes. As you knock down targets, you'll notice that it will start to light the different into ball bonus combinations down here at the bottom. So a pair of kings or a pair of jacks is worth 1,000. A pair of kings and a pair of jacks, if you can get both of those down, is worth 2,000. 3 queens is worth 3,000. A full house, which is 3 queens and either 2 jacks or 2 kings, is worth 4. And then a royal flush, which is the ace of hearts, king of hearts, queen of hearts, jack of hearts, and 10 of hearts, is worth 5,000. Right now we currently have 1,000 points. So I'm going to go ahead and drain the ball, and it should run through the sequence, and it should give us 1,000 points. 1,000, nothing, 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 nothing. All right. So now we're back to a completely reset table. So we know these are worth 1,000. We know that the saucer is worth 1,000. We know that most other things on the machine are worth 500 points, right? And that would include this is the gate lane, so that opens. There's no extra ball in this machine. So if we roll through here, it opens a gate here, which allows anything that would normally be an out lane drain on the right to now return, boom, now you can plunge it back to the top, right? Now the one thing we haven't talked about, so we know all of our combinations to get our bonus. We know these are worth 1,000. We know this is worth 1,000. So let's move up here to the side. I want you to see where these jokers are at the top. And the jokers are more than just a pretty face. The jokers will allow you to score a lot more points if you can get them prior to knocking down targets or going in the saucer on the right-hand side. The first thing a joker does, if I hit this joker, so that turns it out here, but it lights it here, and it also lights it, and you're not going to be able to see probably both lanes. Well, I'll see if I can get it down far enough. All right, so yeah, you can kind of see it here. So it also lights the in lane and the out lane here. Instead of being worth 500, now each of these are worth 3,000. So you get 3 dings, 3,000 chimes instead of 5 100 chimes. Same with the white. So that lights our return lane to the top. You can't really see it, but this is lit for 3,000. And now, also, our opens gate lane is now worth 3,000. The final would be the purple joker. That lights our in lane, out lane on this side, in lane on this side, on the closed side. You see that's now lit. So that's now worth 3,000. The 2 ways to get jokers are either through the rollovers or through the stand-up target. So you have one here, you have one here, and then there's one down here that you really can't see, but you can see the card here. So there's another thing that the jokers do though, which is kind of important. Now let's reset this. All right, we talked about what's worth 1,000, right? Our biggest scoring things without any jokers are our drop targets and our saucer. However, if I get one joker, instead of this being worth 1,000, now listen. So now it's worth 2,000. Same way here. This now becomes worth 2,000. Same. Add a joker. Now it's worth 3. Same. Add the last joker. 2 things are going to happen when we add the 3rd joker. This becomes worth 4,000. And this also becomes worth 4,000. But every other hit of either the pop bumper or the slings down here at the bottom. See if you can see. Can you see my finger there yet? You notice how that lights up? Watch this again. It's hard to do with your finger. All right, so every other time, it's going to turn that off and on through an alternator. When it's on, hear that pop? That's a free game. So it lights this for special. So always keep that in mind. I've got this set up for 5-ball play because it's such a brutal machine. The flippers are a mile apart. The out lanes tend to capture the ball quite often. So this is set up for 5-ball. So let's go around to our 5th ball, and there's one last score. Well, there's a couple of other scoring opportunities I'll tell you about. There's only 2 scoring opportunities left. So let's get to our 5th ball. You'll notice this just lit up. So now, all of these bonus opportunities are worth double. This is your double bonus light. It comes on the 5th ball automatically. So in an early ball, 1 through 4, I try to get at least 1 joker and then knock down, and you can, like I say, you can get your joker here or you can get it up there. You can hit this one from the flipper. I've never been able to hit that one. I've tried and I cannot hit that one from the flipper. On the plunge, I try to drop it into this basket up in here because this pop bumper gives you a good opportunity to hit here. On this side, you can try to plunge short and go on the left-hand side to get a joker at the beginning of a ball. But the problem is because these are angled downward, it tends to bounce around and then just flush and just dump out on the left-hand side, which doesn't give you a joker. So I try to drop it into this basket on the plunge. The last scoring opportunity, and I'm going to take that off of there, is behind the targets. You'll notice this is lit for 500. That's always lit for 500, right? Same on both sides. So you've got lit for 500. Now this one says 3,000 when lit. If I hit it now, it's worth 500. Once you get all of the drop targets down, this will light. All right, so now that's worth 3,000. So that's your last scoring. That's the last big score. That's not bad on this machine especially. Of course, as you can see, we've got all of our bonus lit up since we've knocked down all of our targets. So with our double bonus, when it drains, let it drain. we got some pretty good bonus out of that with our double bonus lit. So what we're going to do now is I'll put the glass on. I'll play one game, which on this machine, even at 5 balls, does not take long. So you can kind of see the gameplay, and I hope everybody enjoys this machine when we get it in the pub and we play it, you know, during a tournament. It's a good tournament machine. There is a bit more chance than some of the newer machines, but if you know how to score on it, it'll give you a better chance of winning. So let's play a quick game, and you guys can check it out. Okay, we've got our glass on. Got a little music going. Let's see if we can do anything. All right, I'm going to try to drop it in that basket on the right. There it is. Did not work the way I wanted it to. Pinball often doesn't. We can always try to put it back up top, or I can go after that green joker, which the green joker is hard to hit. One down. Like I say, this machine doesn't take long. All right, get lucky. Give me that white joker. Once again, no joy. Oh, we got the green joker. We'll take it. Maybe knock down some targets. The thing about an old electromechanical is it has no way of knowing when you've hit 2 targets at the same time. So you notice I managed to catch those 2 queens right in between, but it still only gave me 2,000. When the 2 switches score at the exact same time, since this is not a solid state machine, it's just going to give you score for 1 target. That's just the nature of electromechanical machines. Tell you what, it just spat it out on the left every time. Oh, I'll take a joker. There we go. I tend to bounce it a little. I don't like it coming down on this left side and hitting that nipple. It tends to send it to the right out lane. So I like to kind of nudge it and hit it off of that when it's rolling down from the top. All right, hey, we got some bonus lit. Got the gate open. Oh, let's get another joker. No. Oh, we're down to 2 targets left. Once again, that wasn't lit, so it was only worth 500. And we got to utilize our gate and go see if we can get another one of these jokers up here. I'm so close. It's just toying with me. Ah, we got one. We got our 3rd joker, so we got a chance at a special. See if we can get it lit. It's not lit right now. Now it is. Nope. Last ball? No, 4th ball. That was last ball. All right, now our last ball should light double bonus. And this is where I'm going to go straight for the targets. I just want to get as many as I can. Joker would be nice. Yeah. Uh-oh. Got some targets, but no combinations for bonus yet. Oh, get out of there. Yeah. No joy. So you see a little gameplay. It's you know, it is an old EM, so it's not as fast as these new fancy schmancy machines, but it's still a great old machine. I really enjoy playing it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you when the pub opens.